Okay, so what is up, everyone? I'm in Figo, and we're gonna be watching the third box for the Wait Till You Come Out question. I unfortunately missed the premiere, so yeah, we're still gonna watch it, but I'm just gonna go back so we can at least watch the intro. Yeah, I unfortunately missed it. I was busy doing something else, but I'm still gonna watch it because, well, I'm also curious on what's in the third box. As much as I actually want to buy one of these samples, like I said, I'm broke. So if I have to live like as this. I have like
box number 3. Whatever could be inside.
Go, Stella.
You're a bit of a wise, aren't you? Of course, there's a
Hey.
The question is which ones. Well, it's a bit of a hodgepodge.
Stella.
I believe there's some Seasons, there's some Rio, there's some Go, there's some Stella, and I think there's one classic item that I couldn't quite squeeze into the first unboxing.
What is it, Aiden Snurdy Birdie?
Throughout all of these, so I've designated a box or two to have a mix of some smaller themes. So let's take a gander. All items that we take a look at today will be up for grabs on my eBay shop starting May 18th, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So nothing special this week. Unless, of course, you consider the items themselves to be something quite special. But
I mean, Go is kind of special on its own, but
it is closed. It must be opened. So let me use the skills I've acquired via Fruit Ninja to open this thing up. It's essentially a Gusto's crate.
Huh?
For those of you into the Fruit Ninja lore, you will understand. If not, and we can be fans of all mobile games, right? They all come from the golden era.
I'm just a generic mobile game
Whereas
fan.
Commonwealth never acquired the license to Fruit Ninja in the first place. They were seemingly really big into the whole app toys thing. There's a whole line they were pushing, hence the whole Angry Birds thing, but Fruit Ninja was not one of them.
I'm just eyeing the
Fruit
Anakin in the
Ninja
background.
collection coming soon. I would like those sample arcade bananas that they did. Showed up at Toy Fair once. Need to find the whereabouts of those. Fruit Ninja collection coming soon? Question.
Oh my god. Okay, so let's see if we can see anything on the
I
box.
like that stuff anyways, but I would like those as the banana connoisseur. Anyways.
Oh, shoot, it's blue. I thought it was.
Angry Birds. Am I right?
Let's see what's black.
Come. Let me show you.
Hey man, I thought it was constructing that Pig Persona had a black suit.
Alright.
I guess I was wrong.
We start with the 8-inch blue plush. This is from Angry Birds Rio, of course. This one doesn't seem to have a hang tag. It looks like it got lost along the way, but it does have the press here tag right at the top. Here are the topmost feathers. Make sound?
I can see a Bo Pig's
Not
bow.
anymore, but see, it does have a production code, so it must have had a side tag at one point. Unfortunately, it does not anymore. This is one of the original releases from G11. So doing some quick math here. What is this? This is going to be FG. This is going to be August 2011. I want to say. So there you go. Blue 8-inch. I think we have a couple of these in today's unboxing. Here's another one. See, this one has the hang tag, the larger scale hang tag, front back. It is completely identical otherwise, right? So the sound does not work. This would have been sold on ToyWiz.com probably. It's where a lot of these non-platformed, that's with the box on the bottom of some plushies, so we call it a retail platform.
Got two of those.
Also call it a retail display box, whatever you want. But the plushies that don't have that were likely sold online or some other store other than Toys R Us. But a lot of these Rio plushies, especially the ones with sound, ended up at Toys R Us stores. And a lot of the 8-inch ones ended up in retail display boxes. This one does not have that, but fully tagged, still a great looking plush. Of course, it's nice to have Blue, the main character of the Rio movie.
Oh my god.
We have quite a few of them in this box, as you can see.
Is most of this box just gonna be blue?
I believe
Oh my.
here's the fourth. No slim pickings for the blue. There you go. I believe there's a few more pretty conventional Rio plushies in here.
Ooh.
There is a 5-inch Nico, fully tagged as well, with the sound chip. I think if the sound doesn't work, right? Yeah, you're going to be hard-pressed to find any plushies these days with working sound chips. Always nice when you can get it, but as long as you got the press here tag, that's pretty cool in my book. Of course, he's in fantastic shape otherwise. All tags, is a G11 as well. Almost looks like a C. These are all HK12. So these are probably from the very first production run that they did for the United States. Here is a second Nico plush. All these Rio plushies have quite the charming looks, now don't they? Gotta
Yep.
love these designs. Nico with his giant bottle cap. And here is the main villain of the Rio movies.
Nigel.
We have the 5-inch Nigel plush. I think he might be my favorite in the set besides the Marmoset, who was objectively the most unique. But
Yeah, you see the giant monkey way to the
Nigel is
left.
almost right up there. Got all the tags as well. Same production run, G11. Perfect shape. Take it the sound doesn't work. Nuh-uh. Big sad, but there you go. Nigel, I believe we have 2. Here is yet another Nigel. Alright. Let's continue the theme of 5-inch Rio plushies. But this
Ooh.
time, let's go with this little group.
Please tell me it's a production
This
sample.
is, of course, the 5-inch red cage bird. But this is not the good stuff.
Yes.
This is not the retail.
What?
The retail doesn't even exist. This is, of course, the sample.
Oh,
of the
right.
5-inch red cage bird. And wow, does that ever look amazing. I mean, this little guy must have spent his entire life sitting behind cardboard, which admittedly is on brand for these cage birds. Not that I want some 5-year-old playing with a red cage bird sample. That would make me look like a mildly depressed exotic bird. But maybe they're allergic to cardboard and I just don't know it. That's why they look like this. But you can save him by buying him.
Oh, at $200.
Please save me. I can't do it anymore. A decade. Trapped inside a box. It does a number on you.
Max, Vince, are you good? What?
Portions on this guy look
What the God? Look at what the. Why?
look far better than the good stuff in my opinion.
Why, dude? Why?
Good stuff tends to look a bit too long and
Ooh.
too skinny. This one will fit far better with your retail cage birds, like your green, your fuchsia, your purple. You have the blue cage bird from Canada. This one looks far better. We also have the other infamous Claw Machine exclusive, of course that being the yellow cage bird. And if you couldn't tell these were samples by their retail quality, their shape, you can also tell by their tush tags, which for some reason are 2nd generation tush tags, which we did see before on some cage bird samples.
Yeah, from my wave one.
Yeah.
Which
Why
is
they use this
still
tag,
available.
considering they had the art for the Rio Sonin label when they were sampling these. These are HK12. Interesting. But here you go. Claw Machine exclusive duo. Of course, we don't have the 5-inch blue cage bird here, unfortunately, but
That or the
these
Scarlet
two are
McCoy
the
and the
fronts.
thing.
These two are the
Scarlet
more
Ibis.
infamous of the 3, anyways. Blue cage bird. A lot of
Yeah,
people
Scarlet
say
Ibis and the Golden McCoy
5-inch
thing.
came out of retail. Only the 8-inch did. The blue is still a Claw Machine exclusive. Anyways, those two.
So that actually scared me so badly.
Pretty cool. Let's move on to season, shall we? And with it, the return of
Devil.
the dreaded 6-inch Devil Red.
Oh
Not
no.
quite a 5-inch, not quite a 6-inch either.
So that's a
It's
5.5 inch.
5.75 inch.
Never
released
mind.
in Walmart stores in 2011. Is virtually identical to.
I wish I could buy
all
one of those
the
Sword
Devil
displays
Reds
from
in
Walmart.
The previous unboxings. Wave 3 is not spared from Devil Red's wrath. There's the name tag on the side. 2nd generation Sonin label HK98.
There's
And
another
all
one.
these Devil Reds, they're all great plushies, and they're all in perfect condition. I'm just a bit tired of seeing them, honestly. We had a whole box just absolutely packed full of them, this size. Of
Dang.
course, the plushies have to go somewhere. They just get spread amongst the unboxings. And of course, on brand, we have 2 of them. But I assure you, these will be the only 2 Devil Reds that appear in Wave 3.
Oh, thank God.
Just happen to be in the same box.
It's still an entire box of them?
Sub-theme of seasons.
I haven't even seen a cross-eyed Wizard Chuck
It
yet.
actually looks a bit fatter than this one.
Dang.
Just take your pick. Might just list them separately because the tags are actually in different condition. This one perfectly straight. This one
Wake me.
is a bit bowed. Devil Reds, no sound because, well, you're going to be hard-pressed to find the Trick or Treat set with sound chips anyways, let alone the Walmart release.
Yeah.
Next up, let's go with Valentine's Day, Hogs and Kisses.
Aiden's-
The hardest plush to find in that set
Aiden's Retail
is, of course,
Cupid?
the Cupid Pig. This, of course, is
Question?
the hardest to find variation of Cupid Pig, that, of course, being the fluffy 8-inch variation.
Question?
And according to the tush tag, this one actually might be a sample. This one has no production code at all, HK12, but to me it just looks like the regular production release. It has the shiny wings on the back and the embroidered hearts on the front. Otherwise, it's just a regular Minion Pig, but an iconic one at that. It's one of the main characters.
Actually, need
appears
Cupid
in the
Pig.
Hogs and Kisses episode.
I mean, don't be 5-inch 1.5 and the Hogs and
It was
Kisses
only
set is the Bow
released for
Pig and like
2012,
the, I think 12-inch or
I believe it
16-inch
was released in
Ruby.
2013, but only as the 8-inch. But that one is extremely rare. It was discontinued after some of those production runs. Did not make it to the Target re-release in 2014.
Don't get why.
There you go. For my 8-inch Hogs and Kisses collectors, here's the Cupid Pig you've been looking for. I've never seen it with the sound chip, and I've never seen it inside a retail display. If you're curious as to why it's so uncommon compared to the regular Valentine's plushies, there were two different assortments. So there was a Valentine's specific one that had all 4 of the main Valentine's plushies, and then there was
Maybe let's go with
another mix
sound.
that was released all throughout 2012 and 2013 called the Girls Assortment. Those had the female Red, the female Matilda, and the Bow Pig. That assortment did not include the Cupid Pig, so he was only released seasonally for Valentine's.
That
That's
is-
why it's the most uncommon. That's why you don't see it with
That
the
explains a lot.
sound chip too often either. Anyway, Cupid Pig, pretty cool.
I don't think I've actually ever seen one with the sound chip.
Even cooler than that, at least to me,
The Bow Pig.
is this big guy. This is the
You mean
12-inch
Big
Bow
Girl?
Pig. How about that one? You don't see 12-inch Hogs and Kisses plushies too often, let alone fully tagged.
We said.
This is in fact the
Good point.
production variation. This is a, what, K11 HK12, so this thing was done up in November of 2011, released for the 2012 Valentine's holiday season. Does the sound chip work? Unfortunately, it does not, but all the tags are there, and that's a wicked good looking plush. You have the Girl Bird and the Valentine's Matilda go with it. I'm sure this will be a fine addition to your collection. One that probably won't pop up on the old eBay anytime soon, if ever again, frankly. I almost never, ever see these. So what a cool opportunity.
You know,
I
I
would
just.
collect the 12-inch, but I don't the room. I
Yeah.
got an Angry Birds space problem here. There's
Yeah, not the good
too
Angry
many
Birds.
Angry Birds in my.
Yeah, it's not the good Angry Birds space
I
either.
can't afford to collect the 12-inch or the jumbo size plushies, but you can if you want to.
Yeah, at least.
I think this Bow Pig will be a nice addition for you.
We gonna talk about the giant monkey
I
or
always like the obscure 12-inch variation plushies. You don't see them very often, if at all. And then speaking of obscure size variations, we have the 8-inch variation of the Gold Ringgit Lucky Red. And as many of you will know, Commonwealth did not officially release the Gold Ringgit Lucky plushies.
that one's gonna sell. That one's gonna sell immediately. Like as soon as it's listed, it's gonna sell to
We've
someone.
seen actually a couple of these in the previous unboxings, but here is another shot at it. So if you're an 8-inch collector and you want your Gold Ringgit Lucky plushies to scale with the rest of yours because you don't like the officially released 5-inch variations, here's another chance. This is the one with the more yellow, orange colored belt buckle as opposed to the gold, which is the other variation, and the color that appeared on the production version. HK12, second generation, that's pretty neat. So, there you go. These plushies aren't easy to find as is, let alone the released 8-inch variation, which the only chance you'll have to buy is through the Commonwealth collection, because we're the only people who have them.
And the people who bought them.
Now, enough of seasons. How about that one classic item that I alluded to, which is
Never mind.
this big guy. This is a Good Stuff Toys FY.
Is Shark Miss against Tailfighters again?
This is the 5-inch variation.
Never mind.
Red, blue, Chuck, Bomb, Matilda, and the Minion Pig. So, obviously, according to the writing on the bag, this is for production. So these would have been identical to what the claw machines actually ended up getting. These were from, let's see, April 2011, so these are, of course, amongst the first that they ever made in the Good Stuff specific factories. Which factory are these from? 1 second, see if I can actually see. I have to reach my hand in the bag in order to see this. I can get in there, despite it being tight. These are from what factory? It's either FD or FY.
It says on the bag, you
FY.
dunce.
Not that that matters. You're not going to see a quality difference. They are always going to be quite wonky, but Good Stuff toys do have their charm. If you want the entire classic assortment, sans the Mustache Pig, Helmet Pig, and King Pig, well, here it is. It's pretty cool. Not the 6.5 inch.
Mustache Pig and the construction. No. Mustache Pig and Helmet Pig always left out. I don't know why.
Tape on the top. Or it's the second gen. Okay. And then we have some Go plushies. We have the 5-inch undamaged Helmet Pig.
My most desired one.
Favorite of this set at this point. This one has all of its tags: the 4th gen touch tag, the 4th gen hang tag. It's looking quite sharp, I must say.
I'm not going to imagine that Max would like accidentally tears one of the tags off when sewing it off.
It's looking quite in line with the classic pig plushies, minus those bucktooth teeth, of course. But you'll fit right in with your minion pigs and your damaged helmet pigs. And
What big is it? What bigger than the normal one?
Embroidered eyebrows on top, right here. Probably not all that accurate to how he looks in Angry Birds Go, given that it should be cartoon style. This is more classic style. You can even call it kind of a hybrid between the two.
Technically, when the Helmet Pig first appeared in Tunes, his design was a bit different, and it looks a lot like that one. So that could be what it's based off. I saw an image on screen of what it looks like.
I know one that many are after, because well, I think Commonwealth probably made a mistake doing the damaged Helmet Pig, but they probably weren't given a choice because that was probably the art that Rovio provided for them, right? So they just copied what the art looks like and the damage helmet pig.
I mean, there's the TCG one.
The mistake was not made here. This guy is looking much better. The bucktooth teeth are quite charming, you gotta admit. And then, debatably, an even bigger fan of the undamaged helmet pig is, of course, the Toon
He's
style
so
King Pig,
fat.
also from the Angry Birds Go set. Just what an amazing plush it is.
I hate how he's saying it's so funny.
Absolutely nailed this guy. Looks like you just took him straight off the screen of Angry Birds Go. He's got all the details you want. He's got these little spots on his right side, his little ears next to his very ornate tall crown, which appears to be a bit tilted, but I'm sure you can get that in working order, straightened out. Got little blue jewels that are embroidered, as well as some accent stitching all the way around. Of course, he has a little tail around the back, a detail you don't often see on pig plushies. And this big protruding snout up front, those derpy eyes, just captures the vibe of this character so well. Clearly my favorite plush in the set, right? I think I can keep praising this guy all day. He's got this big mouth under here. Probably one of the best samples that Commonwealth made.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have to be specific to Angry Birds Go either. He can just be your run-of-the-mill Toons King Pig, I suppose. He's got no racing gear after all. So Rovio designed him. They were either being extremely lazy or it's just how they wanted him to appear in the game.
I mean, none of the most materials don't have any gear.
That you'd want. He's got the hang tag and the 4th gen tush tag. The hang tag does have a handwritten style number. It says 97194. I believe that second number is a 7. I can heap praise in this plush all day.
We don't have all day.
Absolutely perfect. One of the best samples Commonwealth made, hands down. And it's the 8-inch variation, which I know a lot of people prefer for scaling purposes. He does have the matte fur, like most Go plushies do, except for the 12-inch plushies, which we have not put up for sale yet, but whether you prefer that or not,
that's true.
8-inch Go King. Super sick. Alright. Next up, we have the Stella plushies.
Wow.
These are backpack clips.
Staples.
These out. These are all tangled and clipped together.
I have Dahlia, but
Storing them.
There's no Stella.
They were stored in the Commonwealth archives. I would untangle them all.
I found it ironic that Stella, the main character of the series, isn't even there.
Stella backpack clips are infamous, at least in the community, for being delabeled on eBay. Those are the ones that you'll find most often. Smarter or not, the tush tags will have black scribbles on them.
That's what. Yeah.
Cardboard
I'm going
back,
too far away from me to grab, but I do have Dahlia. But
incoherent,
yeah, it's labeled.
stupid,
It's
dumb.
labeled
It
out.
sucks. It ruins a lot of them, but these ones will not have that problem.
Oh, there's Stella.
These are indeed samples. These are not the production variations, though.
If I would choose what I'd go for, I'd probably say Luca.
Except for the tush tag. This is not Angry Birds Stella specific. This is a regular old 4K no production code, which also tells you that they are samples. So we have Stella, we have Poppy, we have Luca,
Not the Disney one.
Willow, we have Dahlia, and of course we have
Gale.
Gale. They're all in brilliant condition. Look very cool in this little.
There's only one Luca.
All matte fur, of course.
And one Poppy.
And no hang tags, no cardboard backers. They are just as is, but they are clean. They are not delabeled, and they are tangled. Interestingly, the Stella
Okay.
backpack clip is the only one that gets the pink clip, and the rest of them get the black plastic clip. So I'm pretty sure that's how they were in production. So if you've been looking for clean Stella backpack clips, this is your opportunity.
So that's what I mean about it being $99 use.
Stella backpack clips. I'll of course untangle them for the eBay shop. And, maybe I'll see that they're different than production in some way, other than the tush tag, but to me they look identical to production. So these must have been done up fairly close, if not just before the Stella backpack clips officially went into production. So there you go. Are there two of each one? Looks like it. Is there only one Poppy? No, there's two. Okay. Yeah, there's two of each one. So there you go. Stella backpack clips. Clean ones. Alright, and then the last item on today's unboxing,
The more set.
we circle back to Rio. We have the Jumbo Monkey. Let me get him out of the plastic bag prison that he's in. So this is no ordinary Jumbo Monkey.
What? It's a sample.
The Jumbo Marmoset is one of the rarest plushies a Commonwealth ever made. That's a given. All the Jumbo Rio plushies are. This, however, is the sample. This was the first one that they made. He has a, you can see this, a second generation Angry Birds tush tag. Just like those cage birds that we looked at. HK98. He's got no sound chip, not in his ear, not in his chest either. Wow, is this even fitting on the screen? Get back.
Yeah, some is.
Pretty sure you can probably see the whole thing. So it's no different than the regular Marmoset. It's the exact same pattern that went into production. So this must have been fairly close to production. It looks like this. The big tail around back, these big droopy ears. It's absolutely fantastic. The Jumbo plushies look so good, and I wish I could collect them all, but I just don't have the space. An Angry Birds prom around.
I mean, you have Angry Birds space, but you don't have enough
Jumbo
Angry
Marmoset,
Birds
he sits up.
space.
His feet are strong enough to
Yeah,
support
just-
him. Arms and his feet together, that is. So there you go. Pretty cool. This will cost quite a bit to ship to whoever buys it, but I hope you do. Give him a good home, just like the rest of these plushies, which need a home, because my home is not it. Anywho, if you're interested in buying any of these items, check out my eBay shop, May 18th, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any comments, questions, or complaints, you can let me know in the comment section below. And with that I say, peace out.
Yeah, that was definitely a good one. Lots of interesting items too. I'll have to check out next week to see what's going to be in store for next week. Well, the only way to find out is by watching. But since there's nothing else for this video, I'll see you guys next time. Bye. Okay, so since today's gonna be the Come Off Collection Night 4, and I mean how the Coup 3 does it, I forgot to post it again. Let's go ahead and watch the animated trailer before we actually go into the video. Alright, we go like 2 minutes. Oh no, more than 2 minutes.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like something from Necessary Animations.
Why? Yes, I am. Yup. It's my favorite game. Would you be interested in some?
No offense, buddy,
rare
but it looks like something
or
from Nutzer
or
Animations.
Angry Birds memorabilia? What? Okay, now you got me intrigued.
Buddy, if you're watching
What do
this,
you want about funny voice in my
this
head?
looks like something from Nutzer Animations. No offense or anything, just
A series
saying.
of eBay listings that contains some rare Angry Birds merchandise. Commonwealth Toys were the main producers of everything Angry Birds related in the early 2010s. Anything from their iconic stuffed animals to even stuff like beach balls and cups and stuff. During their licensing,
Yeah, I mean, we got
they
the
created a
plushies.
surplus of items, many of which have never even seen the light of day until now. The collection is brought to life.
Which I wish I could have
documentary
one,
Maximus
but since, you
Overdrive,
know,
as well as the kind folks over at Commonwealth Toys themselves. Dude, now that's wicked awesome. What kinds of things can I expect to find? Well, you see, we're about to roll out Wave 3 of the collection, which will contain all sorts of items. With us
I'm just
today
gonna
are
put one
some
away.
rare,
Ow!
yet to be announced items that will
I
feature
hit my
Wave 3
foot.
provided by Maximus himself. Let's see what we have here. How about this 5-pack of assorted Angry Birds figures? They come packaged in a nifty collector's tin. Or this construction hat pig, a very rare item, very much sought after by collectors.
Him
And
especially.
of course, we can't forget about the 8-inch Angry Birds Star Wars Boba Fett pig. Whoa. Yeah, get a load of this guy, huh? All items will be showcased a week in
If I knew how to
advance
sew, I'd probably make my own custom plush because
where you'll be
I am
able
way
to
too
see
booked to afford any of the good
unboxing of
good
items
prototypes.
that will be available to
The one I can really afford is the hat
very
trick.
first unboxing went
And,
live
well,
April 28th.
We all know how the hat tricks
Unboxing
are.
every Sunday.
It's
But
very
before we wrap this
minions.
up, we'd like to share a word from the man
Not like that,
of the
but the-
operation himself, Maximus Overdrive. Take it away, Max.
Nandy Betty. Annoying Max, you can see.
So what are you waiting for? Wait.
Dang it, wait, what'd he say? The dang audio, the dang update for Java.
So what are you waiting for? Wave 3 of the Commonwealth Collection.
Couldn't hear what he said.
You guys.
So what are you waiting for? Wave 3 of the Commonwealth
guys,
Collection
very-
drops May 4th, 2024. And you can see the items a week early on the Maximus Overdrive YouTube channel. But you better be quick. Also,
I know the time I'm recording this video, that Leprechaun Wedge somehow hasn't sold yet.
Sells out. There's little to no guarantee we'll be able to restock it in this or any future wave of the collection. And if you're really in that consumerism spirit, go ahead and check
Oh.
out the eBay store right now. Items from Wave 1 and 2 are already up and ready to be shipped.
Yeah.
Special thanks to Commonwealth and Maximus Overdrive for sponsoring this video. Happy buying.
So they paid for the production. Okay, so now that that's been done, we need to watch the next week, which should begin shortly. So that this one's about 40. I'm really hoping I did not get interrupted in like 40 minutes. So.
Stemlight Trap attracts and traps flying insects without chemical insecticides. So, no matter what the day cooks up for you, you're never bugged. Stemlight Trap.
Every dream deserves a chance. By bringing our financial products into the classroom, Intuit has helped over 1 million students chase their dreams.
Yeah, into it. Okay, so we got wow. I see consensus and I see the consensus is that this is a space box. And because the one thing we think about that would be very silent space box would be like one of the fat pigs, but he has like a 1 of 1, while the other like frozen pigs got like 12 of them. Nobody wants the hard hat pig or corporal pig. Seriously, I've seen barely any of those things sell. They always go for the minion pig, the king pig, or Gorf for the foreman. But doesn't get the Gorf joke. It's based off someone from the who was in the Masters Overdrive server but got banned. I don't know why, but maybe if we're lucky the space egg will be here. Still, which I doubt because we've been in 3 waves and not even Masters Overdrive himself has even alluded to having the space egg. It's most likely with the the young Anakin being, John, banned, incinerated. I tried to make a meme of that myself with the Patrick thing, but I'm too lazy to edit, and I already got like I don't even know how long I did it. So if I sound like I'm speaking late, I don't know why. Okay, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 1, 0. And boom.
This could well be my favorite box of the entirety of Wave 3. And that is a bold claim considering we've already looked at the Star Wars 2 box.
Yeah.
But there was one item in particular that really sells this one for me.
It's gonna be the space egg.
Maybe the one you think it is.
Just
I want that for
atomic
space.
bubbles?
Anyways, all items that we look at today will be going up for sale on my eBay shop starting the 25th.
With the atomic bubbles? The space egg?
9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
The
So be ready to buy whatever I think
bubble
is
pig?
truly special.
Another UFO bird? Or Fun Video TV bird?
Alright. I get a clean cut this time? Oh yeah.
Hmm.
And at first, sides. Couldn't quite get this side. Is tape on the side of a box annoying or what?
Yeah, it really is.
Alright.
Okay, let's see. I can't see much because of
Box here. This one
the
is
plastic bag,
unopened too easily.
which I don't get why people won't buy those.
Guess that's a good thing though. It means he's
But mostly a joke.
extra protected. Off to the side, we have a plastic bag that's only covering half of the box in this case, which means that
Jumping
the other
Giant.
half must not be all that important or does not require it. Okay,
Okay, let's do
let's
this.
start with a sample, a
Ooh.
returning sample of a bad piggy bank. This is identical to the one that we looked at in Wave 1. This is not the counterfeit, this is the Commonwealth, so this is the Commonwealth collection after all, not the PPW collection. Which is
We'll have to
also
wait for that one.
merchandise, but he doesn't look nearly as good as this guy. That thing looks kind of like a peanut in some of the photos I've seen.
Just gotta wait for the PPW question then.
Our sign on the side, this one does not have-
I'd try to get one of those from Once Upon a Worldwide ones, but I have not been able to find one at Taobao, Suzu, or well, any Chinese shop yet.
symbol they wanted to put on the side. It's got the Commonwealth touch.
I don't even see how it imported.
2010 HK12, because it's like the one that we saw in Wave 1. This one has the white plastic stopper on the bottom. It's on the inside anyway, so this thing has a fairly hollow interior, but it is stuffed on the outside because, well, it is a plush after all. It's got to be soft. Interestingly, it has some tape, some staples on the inside. If you buy the item, you guys get to see that. Unless I can take a good photo of it, which, if I get a good photo of it, I'll put it on the screen right now. Anyway, the bad piggy bank, what an adorable little plush with great detail and
Yep.
great accuracy to the game as well, all things considered.
This one must be $800 again.
Symbol on the side, but make up your own symbol. Print out a little piece of paper and put it on the side. That or get some professional embroidery done on him to look like how it should.
I feel like that'd be damaging a sample though.
Bad piggy bank. Look at that face. So adorable. Got this little tail around back. Kind of like the Go King pig that we looked at last time. Bad piggy bank. One of my favorite plushies. One of my favorite samples that come
I also I need to guess who his favorite is. It's to the left of his head. Right, this is what it's gonna be.
Screw that.
Think that's-
He can just be a bad piggy amongst the rest. He'll fit in a little bit.
Yeah, just-
actually.
He can be realistic, bad piggy.
Moving on. We have what appears to be a Finnish release, a Rovio import of Super Space Red.
I actually have every single Space Plus from like the release way besides Red.
Good stuff,
I don't know why I never got Red,
This
but
is a Rovio import.
I might buy
When we say
that
Rovio
one.
import, we're referring to a plush that was either sold in an Angry Birds shop or shopped at angrybirds.com, which sometimes would ship consumers these, regardless of what country they were in. So it will always have this imported by Rovio Entertainment additional Sonin label on the back, which has the washing instructions on it, right? So it also say the style number and the production code. This is a 3rd generation, of course. Most space plushies are. So this will not have a sound chip because Rovio was greatly opposed to the sound chip for whatever reason. They insisted that all the plushies sold on the website and in the official Angry Bird retailers do not have them. So it also has an additional hang tag as well, which states the same information, but the washing instructions, which, see, I'll read that out. Gently hand wash separately using warm soapy water for 2 minutes. Do not twist or wring. Rinse thoroughly with clean water. Hang to dry. When completely dry, fluff back to shape. I wonder if Commonwealth wrote that or someone with Rovio did. Maybe I'll find out one day.
Maybe.
And then these will not have a barcode either. No barcode on the hang tag. So that's how you know this one probably wasn't sold in the stores. This was probably meant to be sold online. It's no barcode.
Looks a bit like that one Go Wed.
Fully tagged. If you're into the Rovio imports, there's that one.
Looks a lot like that one Go Wed plus that Max Patrol truck got.
What do we got next?
You know that Michael we got.
I want to go in size order if I can here. We have another Rovio import. This one is minty in its bag. This is, of course, a Firebomb.
Looks like this is gonna be a space
It's got
box.
the same specs as the red. It is also a C12, so that is March 2012. When it was made, probably sold mid-2012. Got no sound chip. So I don't know why the red isn't in the bag. It probably should be. But this one is, so when you buy this, you'll essentially be emulating the Angry Bird shop through the Commonwealth collection, I guess. Space plushies have really cool designs, as they are based off the superhero designs.
I remember in my old school library, there was a space bomb plus on display. Don't know why. There was also an inflatable Captain Underman. Captain Underman. Captain Underman.
Firebomb.
Yeah, there was a space bomb inflatable Captain Underpants and a bunch of other things I don't remember.
This chuck might be one? Yes. This is a laser chuck. This is an 8-inch laser chuck. Also a Rovio import. Also in the factory sealed plastic bag. It's got all what's the bag can say? Plastic bags can be dangerous. To avoid danger of suffocation, keep this bag away from babies and children. No, I was totally planning to take the plush out of the bag and use the bag to suffocate my child. That was exactly what I was going to do with
Oh
this.
my goodness.
Dang it. Come on.
That got dark.
I was so ready for this moment, man. Shame. Anyway, I guess the later chuck is kind of cool, too. It's also from March 2012. Let's find out. Can we? I can see the push tag. Yep, C12. It's laser chuck. Plenty of Rovio import, these space plushies. But our streak ends right here. Here's another Firebomb, but this one is not a Rovio import.
Looks
This one is a
off.
US release with its sound chip and all. Wow, that's a pleasant surprise. Still works too. Put up to the mic so you can hear it. Listen to this beautiful sound chip in all of its glory. You just never get to hear that these days. Document that one for you. It's perfect condition, US release of the 8-inch Firebomb. See this beautiful wick up here, flaming and all. There's cape going around, makes him look like the planet Saturn. He's even got the golden asteroid embroidered up front. Great looking plush. Tags are in perfect shape. What was this one made? This one was made A12, so this is probably a really early one, HK86. The earliest space plushies date back to December of 2011. Those were done up for the Walmart promo. Those ones did not have sound chips, but those did get the golden asteroid tag. This one does not, but it was a really early one. That's really cool. Mint condition, Firebomb with sound. I can actually say with sound for once on the listing. There's a few more that I like that here too. And here's a US release laser chuck. Almost identical to the bomb, but this one is not from the same production one. That bomb was an A12, so that's January 2012. This Chuck is a D12. But probably released for the same purpose. Virtually identical otherwise. Laser Chuck, you got that nice lavender color. These really cool shades up front. This very neat vinyl cape going all the way around. Third gen, of course. Okay, so the big question is, does the sound still work? Oh, it's perfect as well. How about that? 2 for 2. Probably shouldn't be doing this, but you know, they're making it. I want to experience it, okay? You do as well.
He's raising his eyebrows.
Like I said
It
last
took
time, it
me
is nice to
my entire life to realize
your tag up here,
that he's raising his eyebrows.
Sound to work. And
Well, one of them is doing the iconic post
preserve
there.
it for me. So there you
So
go.
I think that's what it is. Could be wrong.
US release, Laser Chuck. And we have another rodeo import. I guess this one slipped through the cracks. Here's a Firebomb, 5-inch, in the bag. There's also a C12. So yet again, a plastic bag, my favorite accessory. You can use to suffocate your children. Probably shouldn't say that on YouTube. I'm gonna get demonetized.
You think?
Yeah. Another Firebomb.
You need to monetize for worse than Super Mario Logan did.
Rage collector, you know, you might prefer one over the other. I guess we have all options here. And then we also have
The space
an
bird.
Icebird. So this is clearly an Angry Birds Space theme box so far.
Besides the piggy bank.
How about that? 3 for 3. Perfectly working, perfectly functioning sound chips, of course. Icebird is quite the great flesh spoon. Appears to be a bit dirty on the beak. That's fine. It looks cleanable. It's not mold or anything. Right, dust.
Be there or be square. Build it and sew up.
Decade. This bird's got, of course, cube shape, the light blue, the matte fur, which the matte fur fits a character like Icebird because he's supposed to be all nice and smooth. And he is from the same production run as that Chuck, so he is a D12 HK98. D12 is April 2012. Perfect condition, all the tags are in great shape. And then a lot of the earlier Icebirds as well. I think if you have an earlier Icebird,
Wait, what?
and then a lot of the earlier
Microphone Pondo's death. Need new mic recommendation.
Icebirds as well. I think those favorite.
I mean, the microphone I use is just from Best Buy.
Later releases, especially.
No, I said it was good quality enough for that though.
Will not have-
I think it would have been
There
better.
you go. Icebird, almost the full space watch. Missing Terrence and we're missing Blue.
That and the egg.
Tend to be the more uncommon of the two animals, which is kind of peculiar.
Backpack crib? We want the backpack cribs.
Anyways, next up we have a deviation from space, and it's the almighty one. It is, of course, the greatest plush ever made.
Construction Epic.
Oh my god, he's okay. This trope is getting quite old at this point. I
He
did
didn't
not
say-
know the can of worms I was opening when I uttered those words back in
He
2018.
didn't say the line.
Here we are. And speaking of 2018, there were a lot of collectors back then.
Even I imitated one.
The old days of being those
I
plush.
mean, even I imitated one when I got
I
that
found this plush to be
bootleg.
largely interesting because, well, it is just a minion pig with a cruddy felt hat.
If someone here can get me a 6, if someone here can get me a 6-inch minion pig with someone here is able to get me a 6-inch minion pig, I think I already know what I'm gonna do.
So innocent. Little heart that he's got. He actually thinks this will protect him from projectile birds. And interestingly, I've noticed on these construction ant pigs, their hat placement seems to vary depending on their release.
Yeah.
And even within their release,
Oh my!
tend to vary as
There's so many of them.
well. This one, I mean, let's compare it to the one I got off Toyways in 2018. So,
I thought you got it on Amazon.
my personal construction ant pig, he has a tilted hard hat, like this.
I actually remember messing this in
Even
the
more
Discord
tilted.
about how they
Like this.
about how the hats
Supposed
always
to be the dumbest creatures
change.
in the world of Angry Birds, right? And
The science pig.
Construction Pig epitomizes that.
I mean, Postman Pig is my favorite accessorized
So I
pig,
find
but
the ones that look like this to be a bit inferior. Just doesn't look quite right to me, but I guess this is more the
Never-
traditional look for the plush.
never thought I'd see Falwalk construction that pigs in one
You can almost
place.
see both of his eyebrows, the way it's has positioned. So this guy is a G11 HK79. Most accessorized pigs will be from this G11 production run. That's your chef pigs, your postman pig, your cowboy pig. And for the accessorized pigs, they would make them up through 2012. It's not completely through 2012, but they did some production runs for the UK. That was H11, and they did some.
I'm honestly eyeing that Postman Pig because I really want to get one. Postman Pig is my most wanted Angry Birds plush ever since like 2011 when I watched Burt Porter's video. Burt Porter.
But after that,
Well, you know.
we discontinued up until the Sallow Toys kerfuffle.
Damn, with like hundreds of dollars. That's on book.
Of course, the
Wait, what?
We'll touch on more in the future.
Does that mean we're getting?
Does
that mean we're gonna be getting one with Sallow Toys releases? Because we have gotten one with like the construction hat pig.
A bit ludicrous, even for the greatest plush of all time.
$821.55.
There's another chance.
You could buy a sample of that.
Fight the Apple construction hat pig.
You know,
appearing
an actually good, unique sample besides the Hatchling.
And he will not be the only one showing up in this box, because we have a second one. This one is arguably in even better condition because he's got the hang tag, right?
There's two?
The hat placement on this one is a little bit different. This one you can actually see both of his eyebrows. From the same production run, though.
I swear to God, he pulls out another
Within
one.
this G11 production run.
I swear to actually God, if this guy pulls out another one, I'm gonna freak out.
Speaks to what I said about the accessorized pigs. This one, his eyes look a little bit either sun faded or fluorescent light faded, something like that. So use some cleaning solution on that if you can.
No,
It's
it's
got a little bit of a blue gash on the back. It's not, I guess gash isn't the right word. It's more of a stain. I don't know if you can see that.
maybe it's his ear.
Otherwise, perfect condition, really. Not as nice shape as a construction hat pig will get nowadays. Usually you'll find the hat cracked or something wrong with it. The hat loose, the hat not even there, the hat by itself in some cases.
Yeah, there's like a bit few of nicks
I
and
don't think
scratches
I've
in this
seen
one.
that, but I've seen plenty of construction hat pigs over the years. And this is certainly not the worst one.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Considering the fact about finding one with the tag is about as hard as finding Amber Heard's soul. It's near impossible. So,
As it turns out, this box isn't just space themed, but we have some classic items in here as well, which...
do you know what I mean about the pull?
Next item, or
Okay, there's no more
rather
construction hat
box,
pigs.
feeds into that narrative.
You guys know more
This is
construction
the
hat pigs.
infamous 92237A Angry Birds Backpack Clip Plush.
I
assortment
think I know
on
what this one
cardboard
means.
backer. For those of you who have no idea what the hell that is,
Bubbles and
this
soda.
is the most desirable assortment of backpack clips Commonwealth ever released.
Bubbles,
It is
Stella.
incredibly rare. It is limited to 2,670 pieces, but feels even more rare than that, honestly. That actually is like quite the large number, but the contents of this very box, which this is a store case, so this is what a retailer would have got back then. This is what was a factory sealed box of 2012 backpack clips, and the mix in the
Ooh.
mix A
I think
box
that's not a movie. Did I just see a movie
that's
plus?
really desirable because it has a few characters in here, one in particular that
Bubbles.
a lot of people lust after. Okay, here's the mix.
Oh, Stella.
Two of the characters in here are extremely
Oh, it's
desirable.
blue.
We have Hal, Stella,
Bubbles.
from Angry Birds Rio, of course, Bubbles. We have Firebomb, Iceberg, Laser Chuck, Super Red. We have the updated design of Blue, Red, and the updated design of Chuck. So, amongst the backpack clips released in the United States on a cardboard backer, Stella, Bubbles, I believe all the space ones really on a cardboard backer, the updated Blue and Chuck are extremely rare. They almost never, ever show up on eBay. And I've been collecting for well over a decade at this point. So, if anyone can tell you this information, it's me, okay? Let's take a look at a few of these. I'll pull them out. So we start with the Stella backpack clip. This one was also released in Finland with a side tag, but the only way to get it on a cardboard backer is to get the 2012 Mix A US release. As far as I know, anyways. I think.
You know, I remember a while back on eBay, someone was selling a bunch of Stellas with the side tag for like a few bucks.
Find the picture, but
I was unfortunately not able to get one.
which also I mean there's a Canadian version of Bubbles, but I've never seen that. And we'll get to
Wait,
Bubbles
what?
anyways. But here's a Stella backpack clip, and no, this is not the Angry Birds Stella backpack clip. This is the classic Stella
Yeah.
backpack clip with the side-eye facial expression. And these are all from HK5
Yeah, not that
I-12.
Stella.
That's your production information. They will generally have that information, so if you're looking for authenticity, look for that. I think there's also some stray H12s out there as well. I don't know what the Canadian version would look like, but US ones look like that. He has like almost 2D tail feathers, which is kind of funny. Some 2D head feathers as well. Great looking backpack clip though, and one that you rarely, if ever, see. But I'm not
Yep.
sure this one is particularly desirable because, well, I mean, it is just a tiny Stella. And I don't
Yeah.
generally find that there's a lot of collectors out there who are saying, Stella, yes, she's a must-have plush. Especially her backpack clip. Man, I need this one.
Tell that to Cedric.
I'd pretty consider that.
I am very
Hal-
sorry for
Hal-
that.
Hal's a different story. A lot of people
But others don't get
like
it.
character.
Cedric is a
himself,
guy
from what
who
I've
has
seen,
the
so
unhealthy
backpack clip
obsession
tends to
with
be
Stella.
quite a bit popular.
I'm not going to continue on because I would regret saying that one
This one
day,
isn't
Mason.
tremendously rare. At least
Please don't ban me from the server,
it is outside
Maximus.
of North America because there is a Canadian version and there's US release. And US release isn't all that common because it was also released as a Gen 2, I believe. So whatever mix of backpack clips were sold in Gen 2, Hal was in there. But of course, the most desirable backpack clip perhaps ever released is the Bubbles backpack clip. For those who like to scale their flock, you need this guy because this is the smallest Bubbles a Commonwealth ever made. And canonically, of course, Bubbles is the smallest Angry Bird in the flock, right?
Also the biggest when he
He is
inflates.
mint on the card.
Not like that, not like that.
Buy him, please don't take the clip off. I mean, I know it's probably tempting so it doesn't look completely awkward next to your perfectly scaled flock, but I mean, come on, there's only so many of these in the world, right?
Yeah.
There's officially only, with the number of 2,670 of these.
Two.
Awfully specific number.
Wait, 206.
But
267?
quite fitting for a character as small as Bubbles, right?
Oh, damn.
Very adorable. Great plush. So these are these are like the three, the trio, right, of kind of extra birds. I guess you can throw Terrence in there as well, but these are like your Wave 2 backpack clips, which Stella and Bubbles first appeared here, interestingly. Terrence and Hal were released on earlier mixes. Anyways, here is the blue backpack clip. This one isn't tremendously rare, but
It's
here's
someone.
this mix as well. And you've also got Iceberg, you've got Super Space Red. And here's what I mean about the Lightning Blue and the Incredible / Monster Terrence being the rare characters in
Incredible.
Space set, even
I pronounced
backpack
that
clips
later.
that you don't get them in this mix at all. So the Space Terrence and the Space Blue were not released on a cardboard backer in the United States. I know the Blue was released in Russia for the 2014 release. And
Thanks,
I've
Mandarin.
seen one stray photo of the Terrence, but he's not in here. Here are all four of the Space backpack clips.
I actually don't have another comment that doesn't involve ever heard for the
Most
Space
probably more
Terrence.
desirable than
It's
others.
like the One Piece of Angry Birds.
Yeah, fan favorite, so
Yeah, I have.
maybe go after him, but I'm just telling you this right now. All of these on a cardboard backer as opposed to a hang tag are extremely rare. And I believe they are only available in this mix. I don't know what the mix B looks like though, so they might come in there too. I don't know what that assortment looks like.
Assuming if you can find one to find out.
And then we have the bomb backpack clip. Probably one of the
Boom.
most common characters in this assortment, right? It was released on a Gen 2, Gen 3, and of course Gen 4 card. This is the Mix A version, so I guess it's special for that reason alone. Kind of.
Yeah, kinda.
Here's your update design of Chuck, which by token means you get the update design of Blue as well. and a lot of people will prefer these two for their game accurate look. Though at the same time, a lot of people will still prefer the originals for their nostalgia appeal and their dead stare. It's awfully quirky and all, but for game accuracy's sake, you're going to want these two. And this is the only way you can get them on a card as far as I'm aware. I believe the European releases, including the UK and Finland, those only came with a hang tag. Use the updated design to get the two tail feathers on blue. You get the complete underbelly for Chuck. Speaking of oddball releases, I believe the Finnish release only came with a color match clip, so if you're looking for this blue backpack clip, the updated design with a blue clip, go for the Finnish release, though. It is quite rare, just like the carded US release. But I've never seen that on Chuck, so I'm not sure the updated design Chuck exists with a color matched yellow clip, because I've never seen the Finnish release, but here's the US release on card. And then of course we have Red, who is objectively the least exciting and most common character in here, but still a cool backpack clip, mix egg, all that. So here is the partially complete classic flock that you get, the mix egg assortment. You do not get Terrence and you do not get Matilda. I'm not sure Matilda got a Gen 4 release in the United States, at least on a card, as far as I know. And Terrence, I'm pretty sure he's included in the Mixed B. I don't know what the Mixed B looks like. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'm fairly certain I've seen it, but I don't have a photo for reference, so if I find a photo, I'll put it on screen, but probably not.
King
So you don't get
Pigs.
Terrence and you don't get Matilda, but you do get Hal, Stella, and Bubble.
Let's see. I feel like the Flint's Woman Pig and Fletch Cold Pig could have got a little bundle
Feels like
called the Forgotten Ones,
a random
because
inclusion, but
they always, for some reason those always get excluded from
that must
everything.
mean that Jewel must be a Mixed B, since she's not.
I mean, even King Pig got a few of this variations.
Jewel
Wait,
backpack
no.
with his eye. That's odd. Anyways, give me a minute, clean all this stuff up, make a little cut. There'll be no time for you, but I need a minute, clean all this stuff up, throw off to the side, and then we'll go ahead and continue.
One SD chains later.
Okay, and we're back. And the next item is another sealed store case.
Beleza, vou ter diferença da letra.
It was sealed until I got my mitts on it.
Anybody's girls just
Whoops. Anyways, this is an assortment that we looked at quite extensively last time, as I recall. This is style number 92049. 5-inch Angry Birds Girls assortment with sound. 6 pieces. This is number 2,178 out of 6,672. Once again, an awfully specific number. Made in China, HK86. So if you recall from last time, this is the alternate Valentine's assortment, which omits Cupid Pig.
Which I don't get why.
2 of each of the others, right? You get 2 of the Valentine's Matilda, 2 of the Girl Bird, and 2 of the Bo Pig. And if you do the math on the case itself, you will find out that there's approximately 13,000 of each one of these characters. Specifically the HK86 J11 variants. These are J11, so these were made for Valentine's Day, it seems, but no Cupid Pig in this mix. So let's take a look.
Fuck Cupid Pig.
We got the female red, the girl bird. We have the ever so confounding Valentine's Matilda. Matilda's true soulmate. Of course, you have
Matilda really
Oscar
did.
of the bunch, the
I'm tempted
big
to.
cosplay
I'm tempted to make a YFM joke about Matilda dating herself. You know, I might just play a bit of the song yet, but yet again, I don't want to get copyrighted by Quigley Johnson, so.
I like to think it's King Pig wearing a bow. Trying to
So he's a drag
pose
queen.
with some of his pigs, I think they're asexual anyways, right?
Oh my god. Oh yeah, I hate myself for that joke
Hopefully
too.
their sound works despite being in a sealed case forever.
No?
If it did, it doesn't now. It's barely audible, quite faint. So there you go. You get those 3, and there's another 3 inside the box. Anyways, go ahead and put them back in. I'll make 2 of each available on the eBay shop. We're all in perfect condition. Should all be the same. But wouldn't surprise me if the case was tampered with at some point. Being resealed. Alright, get this box out of here. Okay, this next item is another box. But at least this time the box is actually a part of the item itself. This is of course the Angry Birds Bird Toss. Put together by some Commonwealth toy designer back in 2010. And released in 2011. This is the first variation.
I don't think I've ever seen one of these actually sealed in the box.
Look it ever took on. This is the backside. I always find it funny how they use the prototype designs of the beanbags, and even include blue, who does not come in the game. Not at least this variant. Instead, you get red, you get Chuck, and you get Clown.
For those wondering what happened to the
Very
prototypes,
nice wooden board.
Rovio ran them over.
That's not plastic. That'd be the cheap way out. But Commonwealth went the high road on this one. And it's got a very neat little design to it. A wooden backboard, of course, has to have some wooden prints on it. It's got all sorts of explosions, and it's got a bunch of sprites of the pigs. Commonwealth app toys. Angry Birds is a registered trademark of Rovio Mobile. All rights reserved.
I don't think Commonwealth Out Toys exists
Planet
anymore.
Charming had the top point total is 5,000 points. That's very true to the game. The concept of the game itself is also very true as well, because, oh, birds are projectiles after all. This is quite fit.
At least,
You do have 2 of these.
except the headed one is up. So
There's
two of them
also a
are set
sticker
up.
on the back that says Cardinal Industries. This product is CARB, lot date May 1st, 2012. So was this the 2012 release, or at least when they shipped it out of China, it was May 2012? I'm not entirely sure. This should be the first ever variant of the game released in 2011. I don't know. But anyway, we get 2 of them. We got a little red beanbag on the side. It's Bird Toss. Very nice. Box is pretty cool. I recommend keeping it in there, but I wouldn't blame you if you opened it. Just be careful. Try and preserve the box, right? Okay, the last item of today's unboxing is the one that I alluded to at the start. It is a deflated red. Oh, hold on. Right to that. It seems he was hiding 2 Rovio import Super Space Reds in the factory seal bag.
Just trying to smuggle them in.
There's that, I guess.
Bad fugitives.
But back to this guy. What on earth is
Is
this?
this supposed to be a costume?
Is it like a giant piece of corn? The number 3? Something. And you've got 2 of something here. Is it a... It's a skin. It's a hollow skin. Okay. I'm playing dumb here if you can't tell.
Yeah.
Let me cut real quick and we'll be right back. And I'll show you exactly what this item is. This could well be the highlight of Wave 3. This is without a doubt one of the most peculiar, one of the most interesting, and certainly one of the most enormous pieces of
Oh
merchandise
my
possibly owned.
goodness.
This is the 36-inch red plush. Yes, this thing exists, and indeed, Commonwealth made plushies larger than 16-inch, which I know will come as a surprise to many. This is actually the 2nd biggest plush that they ever made, second to only the 48-inch red, which also exists, but that's a story for another day. And there are good stuff one-offs that are even bigger than that, but this guy is a full-fledged retail. Yes, you could walk into a retail store and pick up a 36-inch red plush.
Who would...
Though I doubt you've ever seen it before.
That... This thing would take up my entire bedroom.
Imitation. There has never been a single sold listing of this guy in the history of the internet. So ours will be the first. He doesn't quite take up the entire
I see.
display table.
That's saying we put gummies on the bottom.
He takes up quite a chunk of it. So what makes this red plush different than your run-of-the-mill 5-inch, 8-inch, 12-inch, or 16-inch? Well, let's start with his eyes, his eyebrows.
That looks uncomfortable.
So if you can hear that, that is the sound of felt. So apparently, embroidery is quite difficult to do at this scale. They could do the exterior here, but they couldn't do the interior like they did on the smaller scales. So be careful of sun damage, especially with the eyes.
Yeah.
Right here is the same material they used on the pig plushies. It's the Minion Pigs, the King Pigs, Chuck, Matilda, all those types of characters. So prone to sun damage, don't keep this guy in the sun. But I'm assuming if you buy this guy, you're probably a big-time collector anyways, and you probably know that.
Hail 'em high.
And then around back over here, we have this slit. This slit was not originally on the plush. So Commonwealth opened this guy up and took out all the stuffing, or actually beans in this case, because this guy would not be suitable for stuffing. You need to put beans inside because it would be tremendously heavy if you did stuff it. Now in our case right now, just to fill him out, we did put pillows and blankets in him, but he is tremendously heavy with his enormous size. Not exactly ideal, so get some styrofoam pellets, some beanbag pellets, whatever you want, buy it in bulk, fill the guy up, restore him. Then you can sew him back up in the back if you want, but I don't recommend that in case you ever do need to transport it, because this thing would be tremendously expensive to ship as well, which is why we're going to ship it as a skin. We will not be providing the pellets or the stuffing. If you want to stuff it, you can if you don't plan to move it very much, but I think it was originally sold with beans inside, so if you want to be original, do that. There are areas where the plush are still stuffed. You can see up here the head feathers are still stuffed like a conventional plush toy would be. And that remains because that's a separate piece that's just stitched to the body.
Oh. That's
That
not right.
is the eke up front, of course. You don't want to put beans in there, right?
Yeah.
It needs a defined shape. Check that out. Big lump of corn up front. And then he has his tail back here, which that's also stitched to the body. And underneath his tail, he has a tush tag. This is a second generation. He is a HK12. No production code, so this could well be a sample, but
Most likely is.
it's not any different than what they did sell at retail. Check out the other side of that tag. Over here. So as you can see, Angry Birds, black text, white tag. Second generation, so this guy is probably from mid-2011, I have to assume. So this is not the only character, though, that was made in 36-inch. There was also a Luke Skywalker and a Darth Vader.
Oh no.
There was even a famous photo of the Luke Skywalker in a retail store, which proves that they were sold at retail.
Who the
But these were probably used for promotional purposes as well. I don't know how many countries they were sold in, but this one, whether it's a sample or not, is from the United States. So, tremendously cool plush, and let's go over here. Let's actually compare real quick. So down here, we have, this is your run-of-the-mill. This is a first-gen red. Not a true Gen 1, but pretty close to. There he is. Right? And then this big guy.
Damn. He was just small. But
There
I
you
guess
go.
size doesn't matter.
That's scale for you. He's not even as big as one of his eyes. That is what the kids say quite wild. You can see here, his eyes are fully embroidered. His eyes are mostly felt, with only embroidery as the accents. This guy does not have a sound chip. Of course not. There's nothing in here. And He's completely unstuffed. He looks quite funny, it's just the skin. But he is tremendously soft, of course. He has fluffy fur. It's probably not shaggy enough for it can be compared to the 5-inch, but it's suitable for a beanbag type. And I think that's what this guy was originally meant to be, just a giant beanbag instead of a plush, but it's got the same pattern as the plush toy, basically, besides the eyes, of course. So there you go. I have no idea how much he will cost. I'll have to find out, and he will be tremendously expensive to ship as well, even in his unstuffed state, because even unstuffed, he is quite massive. This is one of the coolest pieces of merchandise I have ever been in the presence of. I never saw this thing as a kid. There was no specialty store around me that had this guy. Though I can picture him in some giant Toys R Us or something like that, hanging from the ceilings. And you can picture those fishing lines just draped down, hanging from the ceiling and all that.
Okay, so that's it for those giant ones.
So incredibly cool. So please, give this guy a home, along with all the rest of the items that we've looked at today. Going up for sale May 25th, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have any comments, questions, or complaints, you can let me know in the comment section below. And with that I say... peace out.
Oh my god. Yeah, that was definitely a long one, but I really wonder what's gonna be in this wave. I'm hoping that maybe we'll get R2-D2 or the blue. But yeah, that was definitely a long reaction video. I'll see you guys later. I got a lot of editing to do.